All right, so this morning we got some MLB All-Star Game news. We found out Matt Olson will represent the A's in the 2021 All-Star Game in Denver, Colorado. And a lot of us A's fans, we're happy. We're definitely happy for Matt. We're happy for our organization that we have, a very talented player representing us in the All-Star Game on this big stage. But, it's just a little bit of a slap in the face, this whole All-Star Game situation. Just knowing that, the A's have so much talent. It is unbelievable. But because we are the A's, because we are a team that is not well represented by the media, by Major League Baseball, we could have had a lot more, but we don't. I mean, Lou Trevino won AL Reliever of the Month. Simultaneously, Sean Manaea won, I believe he won Pitcher of the Month or something in AL. And Chris Bassett has been dealing. And yeah, I love having an all-star, but I feel like, it was kind of like the MLB saying, oh, okay, Oakland doesn't have an all-star. We'll give him Matt Olson to represent the all-star game. Kind of like as like a, just kind of saying like, oh, since they don't have one, we'll accommodate for that. And he's a reserve. He's not technically, in the prestige starting lineup or anything. There's a chance he might not even play, but I think he deserves a heck of a lot more than some of these other guys. Olson's hitting in the 280s with a 924 OPS. He's hit 20 home runs and 53 RBIs. I mean, that's up there on some of the most in the league. Obviously not Shohei Ohtani numbers, but it's still up there. He was humbled by it. He said, like, the A's are not playing their best baseball right now. I don't think that's a surprise to many A's fans. We were hot this whole year. And then these past couple series, we dropped 2 out of 3 to Texas. We dropped 2 out of 3 to San Francisco. We dropped 2 out of 3 to Boston. It's not a good feeling right now. I'm getting depressed just realizing what's going on with the A's. They're falling apart, right? And I think Olson kind of said it well. That we're not playing our best baseball. He's happy to represent him. And yeah, there's still a chance they would select Trevino or Manaea to represent the A's and put him in the All-Star game. But, I think the number one priority is just being a good team. And I think the problem is it's the ownership. Seriously, I can guarantee you that by the trade deadline, which is coming up, the A's are going to be sellers. They're not going to be buyers in this. They're going to be shipping off players that are generational talents. They're not going to be going to contend, and it sucks. If you're a Yankee fan, if you're a Dodger fan, if you're a Red Sox fan, Cubs fan, you can't relate to this. It's the struggle of being a small market fan. I hate it. I absolutely hate, just the abuse that being a small market fan has. This is a very big example of it, not having all-star representation. And the problem is when you don't have all-star representation, no one takes you seriously. And I guess, it doesn't completely matter if people take you seriously, but if people don't take you as seriously, people won't watch your games as much on TV. And that leads to a whole other realm of bad things that can spiral out because of it. What happens when the A's, someday will get to the playoffs? We need all the momentum we can get, which will help, win more. And only having one All-Star, it's just a little bit annoying, I'm happy for Olson. I'm happy that he's in it. I think he's amazing. He totally deserves it. But just kind of a last minute spur of the moment. Oh, throw Olson in there. Just seriously, the Tampa Bay Rays kind of a similar situation with Mike Zunino. He was an all-star. They're a small market team. Chiefs, Rays, Bulls, you can probably 100% relate to everything I'm saying. But small market teams, we suffer so much abuse, and the All-Star game is a huge example of it. Now, granted, not every year, but, look at 2014. The A's had a lot of All-Stars. But right now in particular, the A's fans are just suffering so much abuse. And I could go on and on. But the All-Star game, I love that Olson's in it, but it should be more. We should have 4 or 5 All-Stars. We should have Olson, Trevino, Manaea, Bassett, I think even Chapman, he's not having his greatest year, but I think he could definitely participate. I think Tony Kemp is even an all-star candidate. I mean, I think if it weren't for Laureano's recent woes, I think he'd be an all-star. There's so many guys on the A's that are talented. We're just not playing our best baseball, and we're not well represented in the Major League Baseball community because we're small market and we don't generate as much revenue naturally as the Red Sox or Yankees because we're the A's, right? It's just not what happens. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know, your opinion on the whole All-Star Game fan voting. Fan voting, I'm not a fan of it at all. I think, in like sports like basketball where the teams are smaller, I think it's a little bit more fair because like you can see who the superstars are. But in a sport like baseball or football even, it's a lot harder. So I'm not a fan of fan voting. To say it the least, I'm pretty much against it. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Go A's.